Welcome to Loyalize,
a podcast brought to you by Dsquares about customer relationships and retention. I'm Yasmin.
and I'm Bob, and on this podcast we invite world-leading experts to dive into the world of building strong loyalty.
Welcome to the Loyalize Podcast. I am joined today by Lima Owais, the Loyalty Marketing Manager at Orange Jordan. Welcome, Lima. It's lovely to have you on the podcast.
Hi, thank you. Pleasure to see you. Pleasure to have this podcast with you.
Lima, you've been working in loyalty since 2014.
Yes.
How has the loyalty landscape changed since then?
The loyalty changed big time. It was before direct or instant rewarding. Yani the engagement happens when the customer gets instant rewarding. Now it's more of personalized and customized rewards. Before it was based on telco rewards. The customer gets a discount on a bill or more by bundle of minutes or so on with the points. Now it touches the customer lifestyles, providing non-telco rewards to our customers, personalized rewards. You get to have free gifts. And for example, if you are hesitant to buy something, because it's not really mandatory in your life, it's a complimentary. While if you get it free, you will be more happy. So here we're creating a happy moment, building a relationship with the customer. So it changed big time. We moved from a traditional loyalty rewarding programs to a more customized, personalized loyalty program, touching the customer behavior, lifestyle, and needs.
So more experience-driven, emotion-driven.
Yes.
Allowing
Yes.
people to have different rewards, diversifying their experience, so
Yes.
touching different segments.
Of course.
You've touched on also something that I want to discuss later on with you, the value versus discounts debate, but also what you mentioned about gifts and how having something as a gift can change the meaning of the reward.
Yes.
Something that you wouldn't usually buy yourself, but when you receive it as a gift, creating that happy moment, as you were saying.
Yes, and with this is where the happy moment is very important, because whenever you sit alone, what do you remember? You remember your happy moments. Of course, people remember the sad moments, but mostly the happy moments, which makes you belong to the brand, which makes you love the brand.
I love that. I love
yes.
belonging to the brand.
Yes.
So, okay, that brings me to my next question. I like to ask this just to really understand the psychology behind loyalty. What are 3 words, if you could define loyalty in 3 words, what would they be?
3 words are not enough, but I will try to define them in 3 words. Maybe I can say experience, trust, and happiness.
Trust is a big one as well.
Of course. Trust is the most important one. And it comes from the experience. So yes, it is experience, trust, and also the happy moments, the happiness, being happy with what you have, remembering the happy moments. Whenever you go to a hotel, what do you remember? You remember the experience that you've been through ever since you entered this hotel, even if it was not that fancy. But the welcoming smile, treating you nicely, answering all your needs, responding to all your inquiries, being there at the time when you ask for anything. So it's about the experience. And this which build the trust, and then you belong to this brand. Okay, when you start loving the brand, be more stick to this brand.
I asked someone else the same question, and one of the words they said was family, and you saying belonging to the brand and loving the brand sort of falls under that as well, which is interesting when you think about creating the sense of loyalty and relationships with people.
Yes.
Family is usually the result of that.
Yes.
So when you bring it to the business side, it's very interesting, the psychology behind it. So when it comes to trust, what else does it take to fully trust a brand?
Transparency and experience, especially the after-sales experience, because, when you go buy something, especially a service, and some brands, there's no really after-sales process that take care of the customer throughout all his life cycle with this brand. So when you have it from A to Z, before and after and during, it's essential. So we said transparency, experience, and building these happy moments with your customer. That's what makes the brands trustworthy.
So if we think about telco and loyalty now, telco is a utility. It's not a nice to have anymore. And that's where loyalty fills a different purpose. There's also the aspect of the value versus discount discussion that I mentioned previously. A very common behavior in telco is switching providers or operators based on the deal.
Yes.
So if there's a better or cheaper deal out there, especially as we were talking before recording, people are usually in telco price sensitive. So where does loyalty fit in?
Telco or internet. Telco is very essential now. It's like food and clothes. So you have food, clothes, and telco. You are right. Whenever the customer find a way to cut down his expenses on any of the three, he will be doing it by all means. There where loyalty plays a very big role. So personalized offer, exclusive perks, and experience, smooth experience will really make the customer think twice before moving to another operator, even if it was a little bit cheaper than what he's paying with the brand he's loyal to.
So giving people a reason to stay beyond just a better deal or the discount, as we mentioned, especially when we think about the cost of acquisition. So there was a study that mentioned that acquiring new customers is 5 times more expensive than retaining customers. So I guess loyalty also has a big impact on that in telco.
Yes, indeed. Loyalty not only plays a role in retaining customers, but also in acquiring customers. For example, if you have 2 offers or 2 services, they have the same price and they provide more or less the same service. However, one of them has more benefit, differentiated with a loyalty program. Which one would you choose? You will definitely go with the one which is more valuable, which has more value, same price, more value. This is one of the aspects. The second one also is your loyal customers will be your promoters, your ambassadors. So they will help you acquire also new customers because they will be talking about the brand happily, promoting your offers, promoting their experience, bragging about it, bragging about the gifts they are getting. So this where you will definitely acquire more customers through loyalty.
That's where I guess telco brands have that competitive edge and are able to compete more viciously in the market.
Yes, absolutely.
Another competitive edge that we're seeing now in telco is the implementation of 5G. Mm-hmm. And Lima, you were actually part of the implementation team for 3G in Orange, Jordan in 2010. Mm-hmm. So you were also there to witness the 4G implementation. So now 5G is going on. What are your insights on that?
3G, back in 2010, we launched the 3G. It was more about speed. We're introducing a new technology which provides better speed than the 2G back then. The 4G, it's also continued this story of higher and higher speed. However, 5G is totally different. 5G is more of new experiences, more of IoT, smart home, smart cities, and ultra low latency. So 5G is more of experience. You see, we always go back to the experience. Loyalty, experience.
Definitely.
Trust, experience. Happy moment, it comes with that nice experience. And 5G is also about experience.
Let's keep the conversation going. You can now join our community on LinkedIn for more exclusive content, insights, and discussions. Simply search for Loyalize on LinkedIn. It's interesting how all these technologies are feeding into this, creating the happy experience like you were saying. the balance between the tech and human emotion is very interesting to me, especially in loyalty.
Yes.
So coming back to loyalty, how is 5G impacting loyalty in telco?
It will impact. You know that 5G is still new, and it's expanding day by day, because it depends not only on the coverage, it also depends on the customer handset. Definitely it will impact the loyalty big time with speed, interaction, instant rewarding based on instant behavior for the customer, more personalized rewarding. It will tackle the customer based on their needs, behavior, because it will provide you with real-time data from the customer behavior, location, browsing. It's real-time, so you will be responding on real-time to their according to their behavior and their experience.
I have a citation here from a report by Oxford Economics that 5G could potentially boost GDP by 10% in 2030. And we're already seeing the numbers, and as you were saying, the productivity, efficiency, speed, the experience, personalization, I think are all going to skyrocket because of the 5G and also what's happening with AI and Gen AI.
Yes.
Which we're seeing a lot of deals being struck in the news with telco and AI as well, which we're already seeing impacts in, which is it's interesting to see where it's all going to go. So if we move on to cybersecurity, I know this is a huge topic, and especially when we're talking about data and we're talking about real-time data and all that fun, but also can be scary stuff.
Of course.
And because trust is so important, as we mentioned earlier, how is cybersecurity changing in telco?
Changing in telco, or it's more of being very important to let your customer know they are protected. So it's changing in terms of adopting the latest technologies of cybersecurity. Adopting the end-to-end encryption and two authentication methods. Okay, you need to be very proactive with your customers. You need to assure them that they are protected. They need to know that the brand is implementing the latest technology. So yes, it is very important. We all are all afraid of cybersecurity. You always take care of your credit card and where to put it or where to use it inside the across all the websites, right? And also your data. We need to protect your data as brands because we have it all. You need to know that it is protected.
Who has more data, banks or telco?
I believe both. I cannot answer this question because it's according to the sensitivity of the information. Is it only about how much you have, or what do you do?
So based on your question, I have some questions for you. This is a game I like to play, Would You Rather? So quick fire, whatever comes to mind. Would you rather mystery rewards or pick from a curated list?
Mystery rewards.
Why?
The surprise is beautiful. Imagine you're planning for a trip and you start searching for this trip, and out of sudden you get a reward of a discount on accommodation or car rental. How would you feel about it? Because it's real-time reward and it's touching your need at this moment.
Would you rather participate in games to earn points or accumulate points based on your purchases?
I would prefer to participate in games to get rewards.
That feeling of putting in the effort to...
Yes.
Would you rather focus your loyalty program on a few high-value clients or a broader customer base?
Of course, broader customer base. Of course, by all means. Only few high-value customers. I will ask you a question. If you are an old lady, 50 years old, you have a working child, or not a child, working man now, he's working and bringing income to your house, and the other children, they are still at school. Would you focus on this person only because he's getting income because to your home, or you will take care of all your children?
So Pareto's principle doesn't apply here, the 80% and 20% rule.
It applies in the segmentation. When you want to segment your the loyalty program for all the customer base. So you have, I will not say better, but different approach for high value customers. However, you should treat them all and have a loyalty program for them all. I mentioned before about having your customers promoting your services, being your ambassadors. So instead of having a small number of customers promoting your services, you will have all your base promoting and talking about your offers, services, the experience they are getting, about the happy moments they are facing.
I think that's a really, really good holistic approach to have when it comes to segmentation and loyalty programs in general. So this is my last would you rather. Would you rather win a trip to Bali as a reward or never have to pay full price of gas?
Win a trip to Bali.
So again, the experience trumps the discount.
Yes, the experience, the surprising moment, the unplanned event. Yes, it overcomes the discounts.
Again, the psychology of gifts comes into play as well. When it's gifted to you, it's something, a surprise element as well, something that changes your relationship with the thing. So you have a different experience around it.
Different emotion towards it.
Exactly.
Different
emotion.
Feeling. Yes, different feeling towards it.
So you mentioned previously that Orange Jordan is transitioning from a more traditional loyalty program to a more dynamic loyalty program. So could you please give us a bit of an overview about that?
Before, we used to have traditional loyalty program. You collect points based on your monthly consumption with Orange, and you redeem these points with telco products. Bill discounts or maybe some devices, accessories from Orange shops. We moved to a more holistic loyalty program, engaging all our customer base and dividing the loyalty program into two parts. The people who are monthly consumption will not allow them to collect high number of points because of the consumption is low relatively, so they get a huge number of offers and services and discounts that they can get just because they belong to Orange family. And the other part, which is the pointing system, where customers collect points from all their products from Orange and redeem these points on telco and non-telco services. We had partnerships with food, clothes, gift centers, gaming centers, digital vouchers like the content, I will not mention the names. Content providers. So we moved from a very traditional loyalty program to a customized, personalized, engaging all customer base, treating all our customers with the new loyalty program. This was not new, by the way. It was launched back in 2015. So before that, it was traditional. Then after that, it became this huge... I call it a huge because maybe it's my baby, I don't know, but it's a beautiful rewarding program. And it's a unique of a kind in Jordan, by the way. It's one of a kind in Jordan compared to others.
You have that competitive edge.
Yes.
That we were talking about previously.
Yes, we have this competitive edge, and we're working even now to revamp it and have it even more and more customized, personalized, with real-time rewards with the new technologies that we have currently, the AI tools and also the 5G real-time data. So soon also we will surprise the customers with our new updates.
That's exciting. And I really like what you said about offering people rewards just because they belong to Orange. The family, exactly. Yes. It reminds me of this quote I read about loyalty should feel like a backstage pass and not just be discounts.
Yes.
And that's kind of giving the end user many options to choose from, options, flexibility, dynamic rewards. Tikram Points is a 360 loyalty program and Orange Deals. Together, they make a network of more than 160 plus merchants.
Yes.
That span across different industries. So health and beauty, sports, entertainment, travel. And travel is a big thing right now as well in telco rewards. It's an impressive loyalty program.
Yes, indeed.
I like to know what people think are going to be happening in the future. So if we get out our crystal ball, what do you think, Lima, is coming for the telco industry in the next 2 to 3 years?
Definitely 5G. Those who did not launch 5G yet will start planning for the 5G, and the telcos who already launched the 5G will start expanding the 5G. Focus more on the value-added services like IoT, smart home solutions, and augmented reality experiences. And of course, the personalization and AI enabling real time. So we will have more tailored offerings to the customers. And also, it's the shift towards the digital, having the main interaction through the applications, through the digital applications. So this is how I see the move in the telco in the coming 2 to 3 years.
So to end this episode, what skills do you think loyalty marketers need to be learning in order to excel?
Marketers, they need to master data analytics and AI to be able to build tailored offers. They also need to understand customer behavior and predict trends. On top of being expert in digital marketing and cybersecurity.
Again, back to one of the important issues we've discussed today. Thank you so much, Lima, for joining me on the Loyalize podcast. It's been a very, very insightful conversation, and I've learned a lot. Thank you.
It was my pleasure to be part of the podcast. Thank you for hosting me, and thank you for this experience. It was really pleasant. I believe it will be one of the happy moments in my life, and one of the best experiences in visiting Egypt.